Hey guys, welcome to the Wine, Whiskey and Wheat Show. Today I don't have any guest for you, but I have a very valuable lecture here on the leadership in crisis. So this is the presentation that I did in the BTN's online courses portal. Beverage Trade Network is launching a new course portal where the idea is to help you navigate the COVID crisis. So the first webinar is what wineries and distilleries can do in the next 60 days. I've taken a bit from this on what you need to do as a leader and how you can navigate this. So have a listen and hope this is value to you. In this course today, we're going to learn about what wineries and distilleries can do in the next 60 days. So the course is going to be for 1 hour, 60 minutes. The course is going to be in English, and for other countries, if you are looking for translation, please email me at sid@BeverageTradeNetwork.com. I'll be more than happy to send you the PowerPoint so you can get it translated in your languages. We may have a version of Spanish and Chinese. Those are the only two versions which we may have for you right now. But other than that, I can send you the English version and you can translate it. So just a little bit about myself. I'm the CEO of Beverage Trade Network. We are one of the leading platforms around the world where we help wineries, breweries, and distilleries connect with importers and distributors globally. We do about 16 trade shows and events around the world, including London, New York, San Francisco, Shanghai, Paris, and few other cities. We are also into cannabis, where we do Cannabis Drinks Expo, cannabis food shows. We also own media assets, so mailersbusiness.com, Bevroot, Beverage Trade Networks, bartenderbusiness.com. And other than that, we are also doing a massive play into consumer portals with the launch of our London Drinks Guide, Los Angeles Drinks Guide, Hamburg Drinks Guide, and Shanghai Drinks Guide. I also owned a wine business where I built my wine brand, 200,000 cases. I also had a wholesale operation in Delaware and New Jersey. So I do bring in some experience from the wine myself, and I do understand what we're going through. So hope this helps you guys. So what are we going to learn in this course? We're going to learn on, as a leader, how you are going to handle this crisis. We are going to analyze some risk, and we're going to go through some tactical stuff on what we can do here. So one of the things I think I would really emphasize on is the mindset of a leader. You know, if you are even working, your mindset should be really positive and strong. Otherwise, there is no way you can fight this crisis. If you've already given up, this is really not going to help. So you really have to be positive. You really have to keep working, because that is the only thing you can control and do. Even if you don't see the results right now, you will not see the results for sure, because market's not buying, market's just not ready. Market is in the safety net right now, right? They all want to, we all want to first focus on our health, and we're just not ready to even consume things. But you are there, you just have to keep working. You know, this will all end, and people who have put in the work will get the rewards. So leadership in crisis is one of the most important things you will have to do. You'll have to really have patience. You'll have to show a character here, and you will have to lead your team and your business through this. One of the quotes that I like in Chinese is, in the word of crisis, you know, they use two brush strokes, and one brush stroke stands for danger and the other for opportunity. In a crisis, be aware of the danger, but recognize the opportunity. A classic business tool is doing a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? And how you start with that is really identifying your strengths and your weaknesses and just writing it down. I mean, opportunities and threats. We'll go through that in another slide. One of the core points that I wanted to discuss here is evaluate your defense game. Okay, so do a rough scenario planning, plan for the worst of the worst cases, then plan for a bad case, and then how we monitor for that, and what's the case we work towards where we can play this as an opportunity. So as soon as you see light at the end of the tunnel, that's when you shift gears, you accelerate, and you grab that opportunity, and you literally, you have to scale and you have to capitalize on that. Till that time, you have to be very defensive. You have to control your expenses. because you just don't know when this is going to end. Where we can say there are things we can do, what are the different things, new ways of working, new ways of making this happen. You have to constantly keep thinking, because that's an optimist thinking. You have to reset your expense line, guys. No matter what you have to do, you have to make sure the revenue and the expenses are as close to each other as you can possibly, even if it means your whole entire operation has to come down to two of you. Defer the bonuses, take salary cuts, and I'm sure once you plan that you have to do this, you will come up with creative ways. You will really think hard. One of the things that we did here, what I did, was simply, instead of over analyzing things, instead of figuring out, I just made a decision that we have to cut down the expenses. Now let's see how, because our revenues are not going to be there. Literally, it's going to be a zero-sum game here. I mean, it's just going to not be there for next few months. So the best way is put every one of your team members together and just share your story. And then, whoever, most of the employees understand this and they are going to be with you. So you just have to figure out a way. What we are doing is, for the month of April and May, everyone is going to work from home. They're going to work half hours. So if their shift is 8 hours, they're going to work 4 hours. If their shift is 10 hours, they're going to work 5 hours. They're all going to work half hours and they're going to get half pay. So I don't expect more work, because there is just nothing you can do. I mean, the work is also going to go down. So use that as cutting your expenses. I think working from home, half pay for the next couple of months is one of the best solutions which I've thought across, instead of laying off, because you really want to have a full force when these things open up. Now, we have 60 employees, guys. So we do a lot of trade shows around the world. So this is a tough call, but having 60 people with you when things come back, it will give you an opportunity to scale so fast, and your business will be back to normal within like 30 days. So that's one thing that we did. Then including, one of the biggest cuts that you will have to make is, if you're an owner, you just literally will have to take no salary for the year. So see if you can do that. Any bonuses, any salary increases, for sure, any hiring have to be paused. The best way is just to simply pause it for next couple of months and say, I'll revisit this. Now, first, you have to do a threat analysis. So start there, right? So there is a possibility that the business can be dead. So, you have to really keep that as an option as well. What happens if your business is completely dead? Are you prepared for that? What happens if this goes for 2 years? What happens if this goes for 1 year? What happens? What's your plan if this is a 3-month slowdown? So have a plan, have a date. So what we've done is we have set some dates. So we have this plan of half pay for 2 months. We're going to evaluate the position on 15th of May. And if things don't look well, we will have to let go of 20% of our workforce. And that is an open communication I've done with my team. So out of 60 people, 15 or 12 people will have to, unfortunately, be laid off. They can always join us back, but it's just, there is no way I can afford to pay if things are looking bad. If that 2 month is looking like 1 year now, our strategy is 20% layoffs on 15th of May. So in this, you have a date. 15th of May, you're going to have a date, you're going to see the evaluation, and then you're going to make a decision. This is what I'm going to do. So same thing, have a decision for 6 months or whatever your nature of your business is. For us, I can take care of my business with the cash reserve that we have for, let's say, another 2 months max, and then I'll have to make some significant cuts. Don't set up longer forecasts, because goals and ambitions and long-term strategies here really are not going to mean anything. You will have to go really tactical, and you'll have to make money right now. The biggest play here is real cash. So money in your bank is the only game. Inventory, accounts receivable, all that means nothing. Like, for example, we will have we have almost 400,000 in accounts receivables, but that really means nothing. There is no way I'm calling a winery and saying that, hey, pay for your booth that you've signed up. You've just paid 25%, pay the 75% right now. People are just not going to like that, right? And you just can't ask for money when there is a crisis going on, when there is a pandemic going on. So the point here is your inventory, which you have in your warehouse, your accounts receivable, which you have in your books, is technically means nothing. Money is there. Things are going to be fine. It's just, it will not help you to navigate this. So the cash in your bank, the dollars in your bank are the only thing. So try to figure out that on how fast you can turn your inventory. Maybe at a super discount sale, you know, there is a lot of rush going on in liquor stores. So maybe do deals there, do a 50 case drops, 20 case drops, just do deals and just convert that into cash. Try to ask your big customers if they can pay, give them some discounts if they can pay this week or next week. But make sure, you know, you just try to bring in cash. Like if you have 100, 200,000 cash, that will give you a, you know, bandwidth to run a couple of more miles or months. Then do, after doing the threat analysis, do opportunity analysis, right? So what do you see will a new market look like? What does a changed market look like? Which markets will open first? What will the new buying habits look like? What are the new product opportunities? What do you think is going on with the actual competition? You can give this as a homework to all your employees. You know, everyone will come up with their own ideas, and then you will open up to some new things. So what we are doing is the BTN online courses is one of a perfect example. This is a product born in the crisis. Within the last 14 days, we've just decided, okay, these are all the things that we're going to do. And I'll walk through that. So in our case, opportunity is online education. We're going to launch business to consumer portals. We're going to launch, you know, we're going to be double downing on China market because we see that as an opening up market first. So we're going to go really heavy in China, and then the portals, we're going to go helping brands in the marketplaces on our portals, right? So these are just some of the examples that I'm sharing with you that we're doing. I'm sure you all have your own opportunities. You can write it down and just try to think what your competitors are also doing, because you can really start doing that as well. Here's an example of SWOT analysis. Now, because everyone is in their own, I mean, everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses and threats. Even if you are winery A and you are winery B, you all will have your own opportunities and threats and different models and different distribution systems that you have in place. So I would advise to write down your own strengths and weaknesses. In this presentation, I've used an example of a TV ecosystem. So like that, you can write, if you're a winery, you can write what will a wine ecosystem look like. Look like meaning it's what is it right now, right? Because looking like will come more in the opportunities. So you can Google, I mean, how to make SWOT analysis, and you will come to know what you need to include. So this is where I would really write down things, and then you have to allocate, you know, maybe 50% or 40% of your budgets and workforce and mindset in opportunities, because you got to keep working. And then threats is trigger points, meaning you have a plan that if this happens, you're going to do this. If this happens, you're going to do this. If money runs out, you're going to do this. So you'll have to write down the threats, meaning if you have 100,000 in your bank right now, this is what you're going to do. If you have the day you have $20,000, you're going to do this. The day on 15th of May, you're going to do this. So have some precise things. The reason is once you write it all down, it will clear your mind as a leader, because what you don't want is worry about this every day. You know, I mean, the shit is there, right? It's bad. It's really ugly. So it's no point thinking and over analyzing this. It's the best is to simply write it down that if this happens, if it's really, really bad, this is what I'm going to do. So that's where the threats column is. We've come to the end of it, and I'll just close this class with the mindset. Once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. So wish you guys all the best. It will all come down to the mindset, optimism, cash flow, and the basics, and the work. So thank you all, and all the best, and stay safe. So guys, thanks for listening. If you want to listen to the full webinar, which is 60 minutes, where I also lay out 15 things that you as a winery and distillery can do to navigate the next 2 to 3 months. It's very important we stay positive here, and in that I lay out all the things that you can do. Apart from that, I also give you all the current risk and the future risk that we may face, so that way you are more prepared. Again, visit Beverage Trade Network and find online courses there. Stay safe and see you in the next episode.